At the Disappearing Computer Jamboree in Ivrea, Italy, November 2003, a specific configuration of the atelier environment was demonstrated, known as the atelierwall. This setup is an archive for both digital media and physical artifacts. The setup is divided into zones where digital media can be entered, organized, manipulated, and displayed using tangible interaction techniques. Some zones contain mixed objects, objects that are at once digital and physical. The same components can be used in many other configurations, such as in student projects and workshops. The entrance zone is a zone where digital material can be entered into the hypermedia database and physical handles are given as reference to the material. It is possible to use a mobile device, such as a mobile phone with a camera, to send pictures to the entrance, or to connect a digital camera directly to the entrance. The images are automatically downloaded, stored in the hypermedia database, and associated to either barcodes or RFID tags embedded in plastic cylinders. These handles are used to organize, manipulate, and retrieve material in other zones. An organizing zone consists of a barcode reader, 2 tag readers, a number of empty tags, and a projector for displaying visual output. The organizing zone offers possibilities of viewing entered media, either by reading the barcode or by placing the tagged cylinder obtained from the entrance above a tag reader. One can also explore the objects in the shells further by displaying their digital content. A rectangular brick is attached to each object. The shape of the brick, which is the same as on the cylinders, fits into a rectangular hole above the tag reader. By introducing some very simple geometrical shapes, some affordance of possible interaction is achieved. It's easy to understand that the brick should be placed in the corresponding hole. A projector displays images and movies attached to the objects or barcodes. To extend the functionalities of the organizing zone, we introduced some command cards that can configure the tag readers. Again, the possible interaction is suggested with the use of simple geometrical shapes. The command cards have a little hole which fits just to the pin which is above the reader available for use. The shapes avoid confusion as to which object could be placed on which tag reader. Available commands are erase media, print media, or print barcode. The overall functionality allows the user to browse objects and media, to copy to barcodes or tags, and thus making a personal collection or printing images. The texture painter enables the user in the atelier environment to change and transform the perception of real space objects with a surface transformation tool. It consists of 2 main parts, which affect and influence one another. One component is the texture brush. The other is the texture book. With the texture brush, design students are able to paint various computer-generated visual overlays, both still images and video material, as textures onto physical 3D models. The textures can, for example, be digital material that was entered in the entrance zone at an earlier stage. The texture brush and texture book let design students experience virtual space as they manipulate it. The key is the mix between real and virtual worlds. Virtual projected materials change the perception of the physical object in the real world in front of the user. The e-diary is a component that supports acquiring and organizing digital material in the hypermedia database. Associations are made between digital material and location. A PDA with a GPS receiver stores time and location for recorded sound clips, video clips, images, and text annotations. The material can be browsed by pointing at nodes on a map, where each node corresponds to a recording. The image query is a tangible way of searching large collections of images stored in the hypermedia database. Wooden blocks with different colors are arranged in patterns, and images with corresponding patterns are displayed. The tangible interface supports collaboration, as the blocks are easily handled by many people at the same time. While the wall is a fixed configuration, the components are available for reassembly to make new collections with different functionalities. The components have been used by students of architecture and interaction design to support work at different stages in the design process. Another feature is that the components could be used for mocking up or prototyping ideas for ubiquitous computing, just as Macromedia Director has been used for a long time for prototyping screen-based interfaces. Examples of how the components have been used by students are as an animated book, where barcodes supply digital media to enrich texts for presentation, architectural maps augmented with barcodes, creation of mixed objects, where tags are embedded that can tell stories from a workplace with the intention of informing the design process. An installation at the Central Station in Malmö to create refrigerated poetry, displayed on site or printed as postcards. The creation of intermediary spaces, where digital media has a strong presence in the physical space. These spaces have been used as stages for enacting design ideas or playing with design concepts. Shared models augmented with barcodes or tags, offering a shared resource for exploration of designs. The Atelier project consists of a consortium of research institutions in Sweden, Austria, Finland, and Italy.